The thing that attracted me to smart cars was the way their car drives. It's nothing like anything else. They're very much like a go-kart, so I believe if you perfect the art of driving one of these, they'll help you out in other championships that I also race in. So for me as a driver, it's very good driver training.
You've found it quite a tricky drive, isn't it, compared with, I suppose, what you class as normal cars, really?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they're short wheel based, so they're very tail happy. So you can't be aggressive, and I feel drivers from a single-seater championship or karting, their driving styles suit very well because you have to be gentle and very precise with these cars, no sudden movements.
So welcome to the Smart Cars, and we are here today at Oulton Park International Circuit, and David Moore and Jake Jackson at the front row of the grid. Great to hear from Tom Knight. He's on the third row of the grid, and we'll keep our eyes out for him in car number 12. David Nash just flying through on the warm-up lap there in the black car, and this could be an all-action race. We have seen smart cars generate some fantastic overtaking and some fantastic feature-length races for us here this year, and let's see what the guys can do today. The guys and girls, let's see what they can do today, lining up on the international circuit here at Oulton Park. Once again, though, David Moore is the man on pole position, and well, he's just been Mr. Qualifying and Mr. Racing this year. He's on the left-hand side of your camera screen as we look at it just now, in the red car, and we go on board with Sarah Moore. The red lights go off and away down towards Old Hall Corner we go. Not the greatest starts from Sarah Moore, not the greatest start. She goes defensive straight away in towards that first corner there. We've already got Horriban going past her, number 14, so Simon Horriban with a cracking start off the line, but it is David Moore and Jake Jackson away at the front of the grid as normal, heading down the avenue towards Cascades, but Moore's got a run on Horriban as they come round the top of the avenue in towards Cascades just now. And a good move by Sarah Moore there, gets back ahead of Simon Horriban. She'll be quite happy with that because it wasn't the greatest of starts. Didn't sound like the car bogged down, but just didn't get it off the line. They're now flying along Lakeside towards Island Bend. Island Bend in a smart car is a bit of a hold your breath moment. It's a hold your breath moment in any car, but especially in one of these very, very short wheelbase cars. We did hear Tom Knight talking about just how tricky and twitchy these little cars are at the start of the show, and you can see Horriban locking up one of the back wheels. Was that a back wheel or a front wheel? I'd hope that would be a front wheel because rear wheel drive, you don't want to look at the back wheels going into the Shell Oil Sapin. But we're out of there and we're heading towards the Britain chicane just now, and Horriban's starting to put a little bit of mounting pressure on the number 6 car of Sarah Moore as they go through the Britain chicane, and it's important to get a good exit from here because you're then going uphill immediately over Hilltop, and then you come down towards the Hizzy chicane, and yes, Sarah Moore didn't get the best exit and she's defending already as they come down towards the chicane here, but Horriban thinks better off it rather than having a big lunge, although he gets very, very close as they go through the first part of the Hizzy chicane and then on towards the corner that's called Knickerbook, and 2 wheels off the edge of the track for Sarah Moore there. Extremely lucky that thing didn't want to swap ends there just as they went down through Knickerbook way up Clay Hill, but that could have been a bit of a heart in the mouth moment there. Nothing worse than just dropping a couple of wheels off the track. And here we have the cars coming through the very, very fast corner Druids now, which kind of goes over a little crest on the exit. You can see David Moore right out towards the exit curb, and these guys have already dropped Sarah Moore off the back in her third position. Number 7 again, David Nash coming through your screenshot there, and it looks like Howard Kamen was just behind him in the green and the blue and white stars and stripes car, the number 3 car. But here we go, the leaders. These guys have just been the class off the field all year. Jake Jackson putting quite a bit of pressure and almost dropping wheels off the track there. Looks like he did actually drop a couple of wheels off the track there. Got a little bit sideways mid-corner, and that's lost him a lot of time as they go up Clay Hill. So Jackson gets punished for the move that Sarah Moore done as well, but Sarah Moore managed to get away with that, so extremely lucky there. That could have been a horrible moment. That could have had the car turning around backwards and going off the track. We pick up number 11, that's Martin Clatworthy in the second of those cars, just heading in towards the Britain chicane, chasing Tom Knight hard. And we did hear from Tom Knight at the very beginning of the show, saying how these cars are quite tricky to drive and you've got to be pretty switched on, do nice smooth movements on the steering wheel, no quick erratic movements. And I tell you what, he's going to have to be quick and erratic just now, because Clatworthy's looking at having a possible bit of a dive as they come in towards the Hezzy chicane, but Tom Knight covers that one in the number 12 G&M car there. Let's see if he goes towards the edge of the track. You can almost see there's a little bit of track, the grass drops away, so you can see how that did affect Jake Jackson as he went through that corner. And look at Clatworthy there, great exit from that corner, Knickerbrook, and he's already passed as they go up Clay Hill and in towards Drew. So good move there, good exit from that corner. We've got to ask, is Tom Knight having a bit of bother, but they come sideways through, side by side through Druids, and Tom Knight, just, it's not a place you'd expect somebody to get past in straight line power up Clay Hill. Possibly a missed gear there, we shall maybe find out after the race. But coming towards us now, the famous Lodge corner. The Lodge is just off to the right hand side there, and round they go, and then you've got the drop, and then they climb back up through Deer Leap. And as you go past Deer Leap, that is one lap ticked off. You can see the marshal standing in the marshal's post, cracking spectating spot there. If you fancy being a marshal, you get the best seat in the house, that is for sure. And this is Simon Horrobin we've picked up with here, and Simon Horrobin and David Nash and Howard Kamen are locked in a battle behind him. That's a battle for 4th position there, and there's a few wiper moments coming on there. We can almost hear rain on the camera microphone that we're picking up from trackside, and yes, you can see the wipers are coming on Simon Horrobin's car, so possible moisture in the air, which is going to make it very, very tricky here at Oulton Park this afternoon, because what you don't want is these cars starting to jump about underneath you on a damp surface, that's for sure. So we'll keep our eyes out for more wipers coming on more cars throughout this race. But where are our leaders just now? Here we are, we're back with the leaders as they come out the shell house here, and Jackson, wipers on, is right up the bumper of David Moore. Moore's not getting away with this one as they come towards the Britain chicane, and you're looking back at Jackson from David Moore there, a little bit of curb on inside, just skim that apex curb mid-corner, then run a little bit over the curb, and he gets a good exit from that. Jackson, that was quite a good exit there up over the hill, but you can still see wipers are on. So David Moore is the first man to get the water on the track, but Jackson looks at the inside. Moore a little bit defensive there. Jackson goes in the corner very quickly, doesn't really lose much ground there. Good, he run into that one pretty hot there, and that's good as he goes through Hizzy chicane, then Knickerbrook, and let's head towards Clay Hill as they go up that hill. Now you've got to watch, because you don't want to be the first man to hit the water on the road. As I was saying, David Moore is that man, but Jake Jackson is so close behind them, they're going to hit it absolutely together, so it's going to be very, very exciting to see what happens here. The number 7 car of Nash and the number 3 car of Kamen still locked together, and just ahead of them we have still got the 14 car of Simon Horrobin just disappearing out the shot there. Orange car, orange front end with the black sides and orange flashes on the back as he goes over Hilltop and heads down towards the Hizzy chicane and Knickerbrook. So these guys have got it all happening now. The rain starting to fall from the sky, and it's making it pretty tricky for these guys in the smart cars at Oulton Park here today on the international circuit. There's a couple of variations of circuit you can do at Oulton Park, but this longer one, probably classed as the proper one at Oulton Park, the big fast island bend, takes you away in the banked shale house hip, and very unique corners that they have at this circuit here. But those guys going away up Clay Hill and heading towards a very, very quick right-hander called Drew. It's not a place where you want to go missing. Let me tell you that. It's not a place where you want to go missing through this corner here. Very quick, not the greatest of run-off. But there you go, if you get it right, really rewarding, because you go up and over a little crest and then head towards the final corner, which is Lodge, where we are coming just now. So we really need to find our leaders on cue. Perfect there. We pick back up with Moore and Jackson through Island Bend. You can see the commitment in those guys driving those cars as they head towards the Shell Oils here, and not long left in this race. It's going to have to be now or never for Jackson as he comes through that bank Shell Oils here and gets a good exit from that, and he's right still with David Moore. David Moore will be feeling pressure, but we've seen David Moore deal with pressure so well this year. He doesn't seem to get flustered. He takes it all in his stride as Jackson locks up going into the chicane. So Jackson is trying extremely hard now as they go up out of that Britain chicane and over Hilltop, heading down the hill now. So very, very easy to outbrake yourself because you're coming downhill here as well. You've got a damp track surface, you're getting pressure from behind, but David Moore copes with it extremely well. If anything, Jackson seems to catch up a little bit on the brake, but it is very well controlled by David Moore at the front here, staying away from the edge of the track there as well as they go through Knickerbrook and head away up the hill towards the top of Clay Hill and then Druids, and this is where Jackson has been pretty strong, actually, we've got to say. Been pretty strong, but I tell you, pretty strong, but it looks like he's dropping off the back there. Looks like he's lost a lot of ground as he come up there for some reason. The car's lost a bit of pace. He had a good exit from the corner. As we go on board with Moore and Jackson, goes sideways, he's into the gravel, off he goes, and the car's on his side, as we see from the view there from David Moore's car. The windscreen's all smashed, he's been upside down, but David Moore comes through the final corner and he can stroke this one home because he's coming up to a checkered flag. What a shame, absolute shame for Jake Jackson, as you can see him there stepping out of the car. Marshall's in attendance, but David Moore wins the race in dramatic style right at the end of the Smart for 2 Cup here. What a shame for Jake Jackson. Rolls at Druids, but it looked like there was possibly an issue with the car because it went sideways on the way into the corner and he just had absolutely no chance to recover it. Sarah Moore comes home for a well-deserved second place, promoted up 1 place from her third that she was possibly going to expect of, and that's going to have Simon Horrobin coming home in third position. So Horrobin's going to get himself on the podium as well. And there's Jake Jackson. What a shame for him. The young man makes his way towards the doctor. We handshake with the doctor there. The CMO will be happy that he's okay. But David Moore wins from Sarah Moore in second place, Simon Horrobin in third. That's your podium. Then Nash, Cayman, Knight, Clatworthy, and in 8th place we have Rob Baker.
I didn't get to the best of starts. I can't quite get my starts right at the moment. Still got a lot of work to do on them. So Simon just about to managed to pass me on a start, but I managed to get him out the first corner, so it was all right. From the start, David and Jake just got away, as I always do. So I was battling with Simon for about a lap, and then I was just the rest of the race was just sat on my own.
Third in the race, thanks to my mechanics. We had a small off in the qualifying, and the mechanics done a great job. Got the car back on the track. We need now to correct it and reset it up for the second race. Hopefully we can do a little bit better.
It started off really well, obviously. I started on pole, managed to get a bit of a lead at the start and managed to pull away from Jake a bit. From there it was a battle sort of all the way through the race. Jake was slowly pulling me in and I'd then pull a bit of a gap on Jake. There wasn't much between us all the way through the race. It was a really close race.
Welcome to another episode of Racing No Filter. Joining me in sunny California, Bill Wood, and down in sunny Florida, Peter Keene.
We're going to take a look at some of the products HPD has created for the 2012 Honda Civic, and specifically we're going to show you how to install an adjustable sway bar.
Until then, folks out there, you take care.
Want to keep up with all the racing action at the track? Well, download the new Go Racing TV iPhone and Android app. And remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Just coming up into Druids and backhand got out of me because the car went into safe mode, and then it just kicked the background 180 degrees, and then by then I knew it was too late, and then straightened the wheel back up and let it roll back into the gravel, and unfortunately it dug in and I rolled over I think once or twice.
As we look at the grid, we can see Jackson is on pole position from David Moore. A new addition to the grid in car number 3, Chris Drake takes over from Howard Cayman in this race. So let's see just exactly how he gets on as the cars are making their way around further formation. Let me see David Moore really aggressively warming the tyres up in his very bright coloured smart car there, the number 1 car. He really does seem to have the handle on this championship so far. But let's see as we roll up towards the line for race number 2, right at the back, Simon Horrobin. Keep your eyes out for him, a very, very fast man and kind of out of position in that number 14 car. You can also see Jake Jackson there with no windscreen in the car, and away they go, and it's down towards the first corner. Sarah Moore with another bit of a slippery start, just getting done off the line there as she goes towards the inside, but Jackson leads. David Moore tries to go in Jackson, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be Jake Jackson that leads through Old Hall corner for the first time, side by side with David Moore as they go along the avenue and head towards Cascades, and Moore takes the lead from Jackson. So great move there as they go through the avenue and down Cascades. David Moore gets the run along that avenue and takes the lead before they're even at Cascades, and that's really going to annoy Jackson. He's not having the best of weekend so far, and let's see how this race 2 can perform for him. They've taken the boot out of the car as well, the boot window out, so there's no windscreen and there's no boot window, so that's going to be a very drafty one. Let's hope for him and his sake that it doesn't rain in this one. And Sarah Moore, and is that Simon Horriban already up behind Sarah Moore? What a start for Simon Horriban off the back of the grid, already up, challenging Sarah Moore, who's following Chris Drake in Howard Cayman's number 3 car as they come through the Shell Oils hairpin. Cayman cuts that back, the Cayman car cuts that back, Drake cuts it a little bit tight there, but Sarah Moore was the one that lost out, because round the outside goes Simon Horriban. This man is on an absolute mission in the number 14 black and orange cars that go through the Britain chicane and then head up and over Hilltop. A fantastic start from the back of the grid, already up into what looks like 4th position for Horriban. So heading down towards the Hislop chicane just now, through the go Hizzy chicane. Horriban is up into 4th position. He's now got Chris Drake in front of him, and you can see the car lifts up onto 2 wheels there. Fantastic bit of car control, and like we have been heard earlier on from Tom Knight, these things do handle a little bit like karts. So if you're from a karting background, it could be quite easy to get the hang and the handle of the smart cars, as we can see David Moore definitely is doing. Up through Clay Hill and towards Druids. This is where Jake Jackson's car went into safe mode in race 1, lost the back of the car and it went backwards across that gravel trap, dug in and then rolled. Hence the reason the car in second place, number 9, has got no windscreen and no boot window, obviously having to take them out. The front windscreen was all smashed up and crashed. The back windscreen, well, it would have acted like a big parachute, so they've taken that out to let the wind go right through. But yeah, it did start raining in race 1 as well, so he's going to be praying that there's no rain in this one. Through Lodge Corner and up Deers Leap, and now he seems to be holding up those 4 cars of Drake, Horriban and Moore as we go over the start finish line heading towards Old Hall Corner. We'll just keep our eyes exactly what happens here. Sarah Moore having a look at Horriban. Good move by Sarah Moore, cracking move up the inside, takes a little bit of apex curve there and doesn't scrub off any speed. Simon Horriban almost saw that one coming from behind him there, so he just kind of didn't force the issue and didn't try and defend too much. Sarah Moore has been very, very quick all weekend, so let's keep our eyes and see if she can get along and past Drake. She's right on the bumper of the number 3 car as they come through Cascades. Drake defends quite early, but through on the right hand side goes Sarah Moore. Has she got this one done before they get to Highland Bend? Yes, she has. Good. Around goes Horriban as well. Horriban makes a good move there, jumps straight into the slipstream of Sarah Moore, and Chris Drake loses 2 positions in one little corner there, so that's an absolute disaster for him. He's not going to be happy with that. Horriban really making hay while the sun shone there. He tagged at the back of Moore. Now Moore's carrying that momentum forward and catching up into the back of Jake Jackson in that number 9 car. Good move for Sarah Moore there, locks a little bit of the front left going in through the Britain chicane there, but doesn't seem to slow it down, doesn't compromise any speed, and she powers that white number 6 car away up over the crest of Hilltop. Jake Jackson looking like he's dropping off the back. There's no looking about it, in fact, dropping off the back quite quick of David Moore. That's a bumper hanging off. Is that Tom Knight? Looks like the number 12 car of Tom Knight's had a bit of contact somewhere along the line, possibly with another car, and there's a back bumper starting to hang off that, so that's going to slow him down. That's going to act like a big parachute as the leaders all go through the Hislops and Nicker Boot Corner. One of our ever-ready marshals onto the track to pick up a bit of smart car there, but Sarah Moore up the inside of Lodge. Sarah Moore passes Jake Jackson. Good move that. Jake Jackson had absolutely no answer for that, and I think after the first race incident he's just looking a little bit out of sorts. Having said that, Sarah Moore having to defend as they come up Deers Leap. There may be a bad gear change because Jake Jackson is now on the attack as they go in towards Old Hall Corner. David Moore's already gone. Sarah Moore defends but takes back up the racing line and holds the second place as they go through Old Hall Corner. Good move by Moore there. Jackson was definitely trying, but it wasn't to be. Along the avenue, right down Cascades as we go back towards David Nash. Pick up David Nash, and is that Martin Clapworthy again? Those 2 guys seem to have been locked in a battle together all weekend. The number 7 car and the number 11 car. 2 black cars David Nash showing quite well here this weekend, but Luke Jackson's having another look at Moore at the start finish straight there, but Moore defends Old Hall Corner, runs a little bit wide at the apex there. Is Jackson going to keep the momentum going? Can he keep the momentum going along the top of the avenue? He pulls out as they go towards the avenue and Cascades, but we flash back towards a quick glimpse of Tom Knight, possibly with more damage in the back of that car. But here's Moore and Jackson again. David Moore's already gone. In fourth position we still have Simon Horrobin in that black and orange car. Just having a little bit of a watching brief just now as these guys go through the Hizzy chicane and then through Knickerbrook, and this is where it counts up Clay Hill, flat on the gas. Oh, brake lights come on there. Is that brake lights come on Sarah Moore's car? I wonder why she's doing that. A little bit of a tap of the brake pedal there, maybe hit a curb. Maybe thought there was a bit of pad knocked back, we'll soon see. But Sarah Moore gets past Jake Jackson as they go up Clay Hill and in towards Druids Corner. So Jackson back up into second place. I somehow think that Sarah Moore though is a lady on a mission here, because it looks like she's already lining them up for a pass as they come back along and into Lodge Corner. There goes Moore up the inside once again, past into Lodge Corner, and Jake Jackson has absolutely no comeback at that. She gets on the gas, the car looks a little bit lively at the back end, but away up through Deer's Leap she goes. Clatworthy ahead of Nash now, 11 ahead of 7, so good drive for Clatworthy. He'll be quite happy with that one. Just needs to get this one through Lodge. That's an overtaking manoeuvre that we've just seen kind of out of shot. You can still see the bumper in the background waving on Tom Knight's car as through Lodge Corner they go, and Clatworthy goes has he gone wide there? He has. Clatworthy goes wide, and round the outside of him as they go through Deer Leap goes Nash. Oh, not the best move there. Martin will not be a happy chappy with that one. And in the background there we can see the black and orange flag. Now we must feel that is getting shown towards Tom Knight for that bumper sticking out at a 90-degree angle to the car. So Tom Knight will be getting the black and orange flag, which says you've got to report to the pits. And there he goes. Been in, been out. The famous mechanic's tank tape will be in the side of that car, and he will join the race, unfortunately, at the very back. But yeah, shame that little bit of contact dislodged that bumper. But once again, the brake lights flash on Sarah Moore's car. Just a little gentle tap of the brake lights, and Jackson has a look this time, but he doesn't have much of a run. Horrobin's still sitting there in that fourth position, but you just got to wonder why Sarah Moore tapping the brake lights there. There's maybe an issue. We'll possibly find out at a later date about that, but still holding a fine second place is Sarah Moore from Jake Jackson and Simon Horrobin. There's Tom Knight. There is the repair job on the number 12 car, and he'll be happy with that after his interview at the start of the show. Having said that, who's that? That's Simon Horrobin, and he's going extremely slow, isn't he? And Jake Jackson loses it. Jake Jackson spins at the Britain chicane. Round he goes, trying to pile the pressure onto Sarah Moore. Throws away, doesn't throw away a third place because he's still in third place, but throws away being right on the tail of Sarah Moore there, and that's going to just annoy him. He's just had a weekend to forget, has Jake Jackson. It hasn't worked for the young man. He's been upside down, he's now been round the wrong way. He's still in a third position with the podium with no windscreen and no boot window. Going to be drafty in that car, but it looks like it's a Moore 1-2 at the front now, as David Moore and Sarah Moore now controlling this race quite handsomely, as we see Tom Knight again going through Lodge Corner. It is David Moore from Sarah Moore, in third position Jake Jackson, and then Simon Horrobin still in a fourth position, albeit he was going very, very slowly. And has he got an issue with that? The last lap board shown to these guys at the back, so the next car possibly into the Clay Hill Lodge area. There he comes, as David Moore. He comes over the top of the hill. He's got Sarah Moore closing in, but you have to think that David Moore is just purely controlling this race from the front. He's just doing what he needs to do. He can see Sarah catching, but he turns into Lodge for the last time. He goes down through Lodge. He's got Deer's Leap, the uphill left-hand kink, and then it's a power towards the checker flag for David Moore, and he takes a double win here this weekend at the Oulton Park International Circuit. Sarah Moore comes home in second place. In third place we're going to get the luckless Jake Jackson, who should get the Spirit of the Meeting award, if anything, I tell you that. He goes up past Deer's Leap and takes a deserved third place. At least he's on the podium, we'll be happy with that. And Simon Horrobin comes home in fourth position. Fifth position was Chris Drake, and he was in the number 3 Howard Cayman car, and we didn't see too much of him, but a good effort at the start. And here comes Tom Knight. Tom Knight still battling hard at the very, very end, and he's alongside, and he's past Rob Baker. He'll be happy with that one. He gets past Rob Baker at the last corner, turns into Lodge, so Tom Knight saving a little bit of face there. But does he run? Is he going to hold it to the line? Did he run wide there? No, Baker's right to slipstream. He's trying hard. He looks like he ducks out from behind him, and he just steals it on the line. Absolutely stolen on the line. Rob Baker and Tom Knight racing right towards the end. But David Moore wins from Sarah Moore. Jake Jackson, that is your podium. Simon Horrobin is fourth with Chris Drake, David Nash and Martin Clatworthy. That's all from me. Until the next time we meet on Smart Cars, take care. Duncan Vincent signing off.
Didn't have a very good start, probably worse than the first race. Got overtaken by 2 cars, dropped back down to 5th or 6th, I think.
Very interesting, very fun, even though I didn't have any windows in the car. It was very windy down the straight, but when I lost quite a lot, lost first to David, but managed to keep Sarah a little bit behind me at first. But when Sarah got in front of me, I managed to keep on a slipstream, so until I spun out the chicane after the hairpin.
Again, it was another really good race, another win, so I think it's 8 out of 8 so far this year. Sarah was quite close towards the end of the race after Jake spun up at the hairpin, I think. But yeah, it was a really close race.